Hello, everyone. This is Maria from Maria's Crafting Corner, and I want to welcome you to another Paper Pumpkin Kit alternative video. I hope you guys are doing great. Let me silence something here. It's not silencing for whatever reason. Sorry, guys. Okay, I got it. Guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I was saying welcome to another Paper Pumpkin Kit alternative video, where we expand our imagination and make something completely different from what's in our little kit. If you don't know what paper pumpkin kit is, it is a monthly subscription from Stampin' Up, where you are able to where you get everything you need in a little box to make exactly what's in that box. So most of the time it's cards. We've had sometimes, some paper crafts, but it's amazing because you really don't need anything else but what's in the box to create those projects. Now, because I have a lot of fun and I love paper crafting, I love to work in some extra ideas. Hey Tara, how are you? Good evening to you too. Some extra ideas for you to play with your kit. I am glad that it's Friday. It's been quite a long week at work, so I was like really hoping that today can come quickly. It was not quickly enough. And I am promoting the Very Merry workshop, and I sure hope you guys sign up for it. It's $10. We are going to be making 2 videos and 6 cards and some extra funny things I have in mind. I just can't tell you how many extra funny things we're going to be doing, because I just don't want to, kind of like promise a lot and then I'm not sure how it's going to go. But the videos are going to be quote unquote released. I feel like a movie star. It's going to be released on. So they're going to be released. The first one is on August 5th and the second one on August 12th. And the first one will be a premiere, which means the video is pre-recorded, but I will be with you guys in the chat right next here to you. So that will be fun. So we can talk and we can chat about your questions and whatnot. The second video, so the one on the 15th, is going to be a live event. I initially thought of doing both premieres because of my foot. My foot is doing really okay, thank God. And so I think it's a good opportunity to just do a live. It's going to be a longer live. There's no editing. Whatever mistakes happen, they will happen. And yes, but it's going to be fun, I think. I've had a few people, just buying the workshop but not being able to attend those days, and that's perfectly okay. But I do hope you guys join. I will leave the description down below for you. Now, let's get working. Before I forget, you have 3 more days for your coupons. Earn your coupons, and then Tara, you're so funny. Tara is saying that I am a movie star. I'm not sure what kind of movies that would be, but I appreciate that. So don't forget, you are able to win extra coupons. Or I think July 31st is the last day. So don't hesitate. If you have a list, I always have a list, but if you have a list and you want to at least get some extra for your next purchase, you will get $5 per every $50. Hi Ida, how are you? I hope you're doing well today. And then you will be able to use those in August. So Tara and Ida, have you guys seen the new catalog? Oh my God. I am like in so much trouble. I say that I think every catalog. But anyways, this one is I'm just like, what am I going to do? There's so many things I want in this catalog. And so if you don't know, if you're an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you are able to check the new catalog ahead of time and even pre-order some of the goodies. And so the new catalog is amazing. It's got mostly holiday stuff, and I think it's going to be a hit. I would think it's going to be a hit. I said that there's a couple of sweets that I feel like they sat down with me and they're like, "What colors do you like? Do you like this color matching that color?" It's amazing. It's so beautiful. Anyways, guys, let's get working. Okay, so we did something similar a while ago, and it's a fun fold. Oh my God, right, Tara? So am I. I'm like, oh my God, in heavens. Anyways, it's so beautiful. Um, it's a fun fold that opens. So well, we'll see it. It opens both ways, and then on the top, I don't know why I'm using all my hands to explain something that we're going to do, but we're going to have like a little twist to it, and I think it's going to be amazing, amazing. Okay, so we're going to start with a piece of black cardstock, and this is just our regular measurement, 8.5 by 11, and we are going to bring our best tool. I love my trimmer. We're going to go ahead and align the 8.5-inch side to the 2 1/8, and we're going to score. Let me remove that. There's one score, and we're just really what we're going to do is we're going to turn around and align again at that 2 1/8 mark, and we're going to score. Okay. The next step, and I know it's black and it's hard to see, but it's not that bad, is it? I think you can sort of see. Well, the next step is we're going to align that 11-inch side to the top of our trimmer, and we are going to get here at the 5.5-inch mark, and we are going to score. Okay, so we have one long score at 2.5, and I turn over, and that's 2.5 again. If you want to just go further on its own, then it would be at, oops, there it is, at 6 3/8. Okay, but it's just easier to turn over and score at 2 1/8 again. Okay, so I don't know if you remember this card we made. The next step is we're going to cut. We're going to decide which one is the top, and we are going to cut these two sides. Okay, so I'm going to align again here at my 2 1/8 side. And I'm going to bring my blade and I'm going to cut there all the way to that score line. And then I'm going to do the same again. I'm just going to align to 2 1/8 and cut to the score line. I don't know if you remember this card. Now we're going to cut. You can use your scissors. Since I can't cut anything straight, I will not dare to use my scissors. So all I'm doing is aligning at the 5.5-inch mark again and cut this piece. So move all the way to that score line, and I'm actually not even going to move this and move and cut these from the bottom towards the score line. And now we're going to have these two pieces off. Okay, so we can save that for something later on. Now these measures this measures 5.5, right? So we're going to go to the half of that, which is 2 3/4. And don't think that I know this very well. That's why I have all my stuff marked up here, right? I always tell you guys, let me move this here so you guys can see a little better what I'm talking about. I have my stuff marked. I don't have to think what I'm doing and measures and calculations in my brain, because you guys know I'm not a math person. So that helps me a lot. And I am going to score again. So let me repeat these step because I was talking too much. So on the panel that we just got, because we cut sides, we're going to align to the top of the trimmer, and we are going to search for the 2 3/4 of an inch mark, and we're going to score. So what we're going to create is a little easel within our card. So this is going to be just like this. Oops. Okay, let me move a little further now. I'm moving closer. I think that will work. Well, that's too much. That's too far away. Okay, probably there. So we're going to have a little easel that's going to be hiding when you open the card. Okay, so let's go ahead. I am going to do something else that I always do, and I've always told you guys, and it is I'm going to cut about a 1/16 of an inch on each side. When I have a card that folds on itself, I always cut a little bit extra. Why do I do that? Because it helps with the closing. If it's exactly where that boundary is, then it just creates bulky closing, and it does not work very well. I'm going to turn this around, align these. So here's, the how would you call this? Well, the area where we cut. And then right next to it is that brown long line, and that is our 1/16 of an inch. So all I'm doing is aligning there and cutting towards the edge, and really towards, not the edge, towards this core line that we caught in the first place. Could I do this initially? Of course I could. I just chose always to choose to do it this way because I don't want to use 16ths measurements. I don't want to have to tell you, oh yeah, just go ahead to 4 6/16. I don't even know if that exists, but you know what I'm saying? It's just so much more complicated, right? So I'd rather cut it that way. It's easier for my brain. So this is what we're going to have, and now you can tell how much better this closes. There it is. So I'm going to leave this here for a minute so we can use our bone folder to score it. And to score it, to really crease those score lines. Okay. And now we are going to bring this one, crease that fold, and get the other one and crease that fold. And so I'm going to say something that is very interesting. I remember a while ago, I watched a video. I want to say it was Lisa Curcio, and she said when you're doing these kind of cards, just close them all together and then you won't have this gap. Well, I did not hear her advice this time, and I have a little gap here. I don't really mind very much because I'm going to put something in here, but if you don't want that, guess what you can do is I'm just grabbing a piece of paper. So I'm going to cut these real quick so you guys know what I'm talking about. And so this way you have an extra way to do it. So yes, a line here at 2 1/8 like we did before, and you score it. And then you can fold this and then kind of just move this other way. Okay, I'm off camera. Guys, tell me that I'm off camera. There. So move one piece all the way to the center, and you see how they are there working well. Bring your bone folder and slowly push, right? Slowly make that, there it goes. Score that, I keep saying score. Crease that line, and then it close much better. So I should have done that. I didn't think about that when I was talking to you guys. So that will make it, and it's really more or less the same. I don't know why it doesn't happen when you score it. I don't know, it's weird, right? But that is a little tip for you that I didn't do here. Let's go with the decoration of this card because it's going to go super quick. The first spot, the first we need is we're going to decorate the outside, and we're going to need 2 panels of this blue. This blue comes in Here it is. I already have it cut, but I want to show you. This is the inside of our envelopes, okay? So I already have one piece cut. The other one I messed up when I was thinking of the card. But we're going to cut these. I'm going to cut actually this at 5. Here we go. 5 3/8, right? Because you guys know I like my 8. And then we're going to align these at 2. There we go. So now we can save this for another project. And we have 2 little pieces of that beautiful blue, which I think is that Azure afternoon blue. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to need another piece, and I want to say this is the one. Yes, another piece, and we're going to use the flap of the folder of the envelope here. So let's move these out of here, and I'm going to just cut here at the line of the envelope. And I'm going to be very, very mindful here. I'm going to turn this around so I can use this, oops, sorry guys, the straight side to really anchor there in the top of my trimmer. And I'm trying to save the most I can for these little pieces. So I am aligning, but you guys can tell it's right there in the corner, right? And that was too much in the corner, so let's move a tiny bit. I want to start from here so it goes smoothly. It did go okay-ish. I think I kind of damaged this one. Let me see if we can fix it with the... That looks fairly decent. We'll see if we can cover it later. And we're going to do the exact same thing. So very, very much to the corner there. And we're going to bring up here. Actually, that's probably a good tip. In this case, because this is kind of like bent like that, use this area that is straight because it's probably easier. I'm going to go actually ahead and cut a little bit more. That did not work. Guys. Okay, let me think 1 second. This is, I want to say this was just 1/8. So let's go ahead and, yeah, we're going to have to make this again. Oh well, because I had to mess it up. Thankfully, we have 9 envelopes, right? Which is sad because they're very cute, happy envelopes. But let's go ahead and do this again. Okay. We're cutting that flap. We're going to align these. I'm not going to be too skimpy. I'm going to cut these as best as I can. So I got one, and we're going to cut the other one. I'm turning around so I have that there, and I'm going to cut that one. And again, I'm cutting from the top. And now this needs to measure 1/7/8. So of course, the first thing I'm going to cut, this measures already like 2. So I'm going to cut this area first. And I said 1/7/8, and that's where it goes. It lands at 1/7/8, and then I'm going to go and cut that. Okay. Really, Tara? So I am going to cut a tiny little bit more in here, like a 16th maybe. And there it goes. Okay. I think that it will fit. Oh, see, this one is bigger. So this one is actually, oh, there it is. This one is actually 1 3/4. So I am going to keep cutting a little bit here until that is completely straight, which is another 1/16 of an inch. And that almost break again. I'm not sure why this is not working today, guys. Looks like maybe there's something there that is not working. I am not going to waste another envelope for this. I just finished cutting that with my scissors, and we'll put something there to hold that together. There's our 2 pieces. Let's go ahead and get these glued to our front. It would be amazing if I knew where I put my Stampin' Seal Plus. You know, it would be a plus. But since I can't find it, And we need to keep going, and I'm going to keep looking because I just can't believe I lost it. Oh my gosh. Oh, it is here. It fell in my little drawer there. So we have two pieces, and we have these two blue pieces, okay? I wanted them like this initially, but now because of this little mistake, I'm going to put this in here because I have probably maybe the option of it'll be more disguised if you want to see that. And I want to make sure one thing. Aha! You see this? I'll have to cut here a 16th extra. Since we're suffering with our 16th, I am just going to go ahead and align these. It's just a tiny bit. Let's see. No, it's not. Okay. For some odd reason, oh, there it is. No, it's working well. Okay. So let's go ahead and adhere these two pieces up there. And I want this one in the center, and I'll show you guys why here in a minute. Okay, so there it is. Let me check one thing, guys. I want to see. I'm going to use this piece. So I want to make sure that it looks even. It does look even. I was not very sure. Okay, that's beautiful. I love that those envelopes are so colorful. And we're going to go ahead and adhere this other piece. Chun chun chun. Let's see. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got it decent enough. Okay, so I'm going to put this straight. You guys know that that's my way, but look at that. Doesn't that look super cool against the black background? So let's go ahead and put in here. Wait. Yeah. So I'm going to put them like this. So these should close together like this. Not as I was thinking. And I'll show you why here in a minute. So this is just an eighth smaller. So it's just going to be a little bit of that black edge or layer. And I think it looks so good against the black because it really helps pop up everything. And I'm going to bring this up, but I know that these, what it would be, like this smallest piece needs to go towards the edge because it's going to be, okay, that's too far away from me. I can't see. So I'm moving this up here. Let's see if that works a little better. Okay, I think it does. It's like, I feel like I'm very far away from my project for some reason. Maybe the camera is not where it needs to be. So this is going to be the front. We'll decorate this in a minute. We're going to go ahead and work with the back. So the first thing, or the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to bring a piece of white and we're going to cut it. I'm sorry about the noises, guys. This is going to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it's just going to be the first border, let's call it like that, because it's going to go in here. Okay, and just like we did last week, we're going to bring our brush. There it is, our blending brush and our Daffodil Delight. Don't worry, guys, I already ordered a little bit, an extra, one of the, oh my God, how are they called? I always forget how they're called. The ink refills, this ones. So I ordered one already because this poor Daffodil Delight has seen better days. I'm just going to fold this a little bit so I can use my blending brush and I don't get this one dark. And really, I don't need to go all the way. So it's not, because all we are doing is creating a little border for our next layer. But I don't want it, I just wanted to have a little bit of a border. You guys know me, right? And I am actually inking that brush really well. Why? Because I wanted to have more of that definition in that yellow. I am not sure if it's me, but I've always felt that when you're working with yellow, you can just like barely see it. And like I said, I'm not sure if it's just me that don't see it, but I feel that it's a good idea to, kind of darken that yellow a little bit. Okay. So that's, oh, my blouse, it says binge Jesus. So I don't know if you guys have seen The Chosen. I know that many people is not like does not really approve of it, but I have seen it and I really enjoy it, and so I got a blouse that says binge Jesus because it's and The Chosen is a um just a series on Jesus. It's very, very, very cool. I have to say. Okay, now I'm going to bring these beads and I'm going to cut this at 5 and 1/8. Okay, so there's one, and then this will be 3 and 7/8. And I'm cutting a. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ida. I appreciate it. It's just, I like it. And it was not like completely super warm today. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to use long shirt. So I cut these. I usually cut an eighth smaller. This one is a fourth smaller because I want that yellow to really pop in and not just be, a layer like a tiny eighth. I want this to really be more noticeable. So this is going to go in the back. So let me bring my stamp set. I swear to God, I was so organized. I had like all my ideas, my stamp set, and now I can't find the stamp set. That is so not cool. God, Maria. I swear to you. Well, disappeared. Let me check. It's got to be here in my. Okay, yeah, it's totally here. Totally. Oh, really, Tara? Oh, that is not cool, Tara. They have their own app. Um, yeah, I think it's very nice. I just like it very much. So, I enjoy it. I think that if if you're a follower, if you're a Christian or a Catholic, you're probably gonna like it. It's it's it follows a scripture. So what's in scripture is there, but it creates obviously relationships and conversations that are not in the Bible, of course, because I mean it's a show. So, but I think I really like it. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm gonna use the Hello Sunshine and Sending an Ocean of Love. I love that one. Now, let's remember a couple of things. This is going to go here, but this is where the easel is going to land, right? So I want to put this in here, probably centered, and we're going to bring one of the many beautiful things that they gave us to use for the easel. And I am trying to decide which one is going to be. And I'm thinking it's going to be maybe these. And so I just want to bring this up here so I can really calculate where I want my Sending an Ocean of Love. And I think that's probably a good one. Let me see. Here's one of these blocks. This is a big, big block, I know. Let me make sure this is straight first and foremost. And that's the only way I can put it straight. Guys, I know I'm not a very good stamper. Okay, I always try on my grid paper, guys. It's one of those things. And I'm going to put these up here, more or less. You see, it's probably moving these a little bit high. I'm off camera, guys. Remind me I'm off camera. Probably about an inch high. I'm moving it all I can towards the left border here. And hopefully this is going to be straight. I don't want to bring my big head in front of you, but hey, that was not too bad. And then I'm going to bring these up here. It doesn't matter if these are off the white or off the edge, because in the end, we have a big border here. And actually it's going to look great against that yellow border. So I'm going to bring some of my leftover dimensionals. We're going to cut some of that. I'm going to turn these around and we'll see what it's got. And okay, let me see. That's working really well. So I cut a little bit there, and then I cut another bit there. And we're going to get that, and that's going to be our stopper for the easel that we're going to create here in a second. I'm going to leave this for 1 minute without gluing. Let me turn this around first. We're going to put this and center this as best as we can. We're going to go ahead and adhere these in here as well. Now, going back to that, look how beautiful it looks, that yellow against the black. I just love that color combination. I've said this in the past, like before, I don't know why, but I used to not bring black a whole lot. And then I'm like, oh my God, no, that's an awesome addition, right? Okay, so that's what's going inside. We are going to bring, where's my little flip-flops in here. We're going to put them like that. And so our easel will be opening. We're going to need to like really crease. This is my first bone folder that I got when I started being a demonstrator. And look how it is. It's very well loved. And we're going to need to really, again, like kind of push that, crease that line there so it stays. And that's going to, it's not staying where I want it. It's like moving a little bit further. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to move my, I think I can't. So it's sits on its own. It's fine. Look at that. It works on its own. How does that happen? I don't know. Now, this piece, remember, this was 4 1/8, and then we took about a 16th on each side. So this is more or less 4 at this point in time. We are going to bring one of these, and we're going to cut here at 4. I am not too concerned about how this is going to look. Let me bring a piece of white first. I don't have any more white. Sorry, I was playing making backgrounds, guys. No, not that one. Let me bring another piece of white. And yeah, let's do this. And I said 4, so I'm going to cut actually here at 4 because we'll need 2 pieces, right? And I'm going to remove that. And this is, we said 2 3/4. So this piece is going to be, actually needed to be 3 7/8 by 2 5/8. And just don't worry about all those dimensions. I will have those included down below. So this, I'm just making sure it fits. And see that, guys? It's too small, so I need to make it a little bigger. It's fine. Thankfully, this one I did not cut. I just cut that one. So we're going to leave it at 4. Let's do this in another piece. I don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to cut it at 4, which is where it was planned at the beginning. And we're going to cut here again at 2 5/8. And like I was saying, don't worry about those measurements. They will be included down below. And this is just a mat, but I want it to be well matte, and that works very well. And so I'm going to cut another piece at 2 5/8. Okay, So we have those two pieces. Now, this piece is going to have to be, let's start these. I'm trying to figure this out. This is the only tough place because of how this is. I'm going to turn this around. We said we need these at, let's say, I'm going to make it 1/4 of an inch. Wait. Okay, I'm going to cut in here. So we're going to cut this at 3 3 3/4 actually. And I'll tell you guys why. And that is so I decrease as much as possible this little piece of ocean we have there. And then this piece needs to be 2.5. Now I am not too concerned about the two things, right? It's got a score line in there and it has an open here because we're going to decorate this. But and we can probably use that if we wanted to as well. But we are just going to go ahead and attach this in here. So as you guys can tell, I can actually cut. I'm going to cut. No, I'm going to leave it as is. Okay, so we are going to put this one in here. And we'll work with the other one here in a minute. I just want to keep adding my pieces as I go because it's a little bit easy. I am, though, since this has an opening here, I am putting some of my Stampin' Seal Plus there so it gets closed. And then let's go ahead and align this, or center this, I'm sorry, in this little piece of white paper. And we are going to adhere these on the bottom one. And yes, we are kind of like following the idea that, you know, that's where the sand is, of course. And so we're just going to adhere this in here and center. And here's our next piece. And so remember the other piece of Assure that I had? I am thinking of using that in here. And that works perfectly well, I think. There's two possibilities, actually. I had initially thought of using this side because it has like that little wave in it, but it also has that, so I'll have to cut too much and it won't fit well in here. The other option we have is to use just the light pool party color, and I think I'm going to go with that. I think I have a couple of pieces I could use, and I'm just looking to see from the many envelopes that I've torn apart if there's one that I could use that piece. But guess what, guys? Of course I don't. So let's go ahead and cut again. Can you do? It's just a tiny piece. All I'm doing is aligning here this to my that 16th of an inch mark, so I can, whoops, so I can separate this and able to cut this. Now, I don't want to cut it all. Actually, I'm going to. So I cut it right in the half, just right there where that score mark is at. And we said this piece is, and this needs to be 2.5. So I'm going to go with the 2.5 here. I don't know why I'm so concerned here. Did I cut it 2.5? Yeah, it was 2.5. It didn't look like 2.5. So we're going to cut that there. And we're going to cut these at 3 7/8. Crossing my fingers. Ah, it matches very, very well. Okay. And I almost used that. I think I want this side better. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Stampin' Seal Plus on that side. And we are going to go and line this in here. Center as best as we can. and then align it in here. And now we're going to build what's going to be there. And you guys are going to love it, I think. Sorry about that. Okay, super quick. Let me move this back in here so you guys can see what I'm doing. So this is the base of your card. This is going to close. You're going to be opening, and I'm going to put something bigger here so it kind of like it's able to stay. You can probably make a what's the name of this? A oh my God in heavens, a belly band if you wanted to hold it. That's probably a good idea. We may end up doing something like that. And so this is how it's going to look. Now, what do we put in here? Well, decorations. And if there is something that this kit has is decoration. So my thought is, you see why I was not too concerned? I'm going to bring this piece that matches this exact piece in here. You see? And I'm going to center it, but I can still see that. And it's going to keep some sort of continuity there. And so we're going to have these like that. So let's go ahead and add this. And then when it's in here, yes, thank you, Ida. When it is in here, then what you're going to have is this against the blue, the pool party blue, and we're going to bring some clouds to decorate that too, just to create some interest. So let's go ahead and add. I'm just calculating. I'm just going to add like where the sand is, quote unquote. So here at the bottom, I don't want to mess it up and add too far up, right? So I'm going to bring this in here. And again, I'm aligning those together, but still centering these as best as I can. Okay, so this is going to be our card for that area. Let me bring okay, I have a few things in here. So I have this sun that belong to one of those areas that I cut, like if it were a kind of a cloudish, right? Because it has, let me show you which piece it is, the one I'm cutting from. So it's one of these pieces. You said, oh no, it's not that one. Where is it? Well, it's one of those bigger pieces that bring the little sun, and I just wanted to bring the sun up. Oh, thank you, Terry. How are you? How are you? Hey, this is perfect for you. Terry is joining us on Facebook, and for those that don't know, of course, she is in Florida, so sunny Florida, right? So I just created this like that, and so I'm just going to put this sun in here to a little bit higher, and I'll show you. I'm going to bring my glue. And we're going to I'm making sure I'm putting the glue on the lower side, right? And put it in here. So I can create some high up. And what I did is I created my own clouds, right? Like I just got some of that. This is part of the envelopes, actually. Oh, no, it's part of the leftover card that I was using. Let me see. So leftover from this piece. And so now I can put this in here, and then it'll just completely disguise the whole, and I'm going to use it in white, the whole unification there, the whole adding that up. Now I cut several of them. As you guys can tell, I'm not a cutter. I'm not very good at this, but you can totally play with this all you want. I'm going to bring this one that is here, and I'm going to put it in there. And we're just adding our own little clouds. All I did is grabbing my scissors and go ahead and go around and around, and that worked perfectly okay. I can add some here. I can add some here. I think I'm going to add them on the top, and I am going to add them white. If I wanted, I could add them in another color as well, because the other side is that pool party, kind of. So, but I like them white. So it creates some contrast, right? And this is going to go in here. Now, we have to decide two things. One is, what are we going to put here? So I think this is too big. Those two pieces are big. Where is my other piece? So kit brings two pieces that I think they're amazing, but they're just too big, right? And I don't really want to cut too much of it. I can put this one probably here, although we will not be able to see those. I'm thinking. Bottom line, what I really want to put is our little chair in here because I think it looks wonderful. So if we put it in here, and I am thinking I'm going to cut these and leave just like the toys. Okay, let's do that. And so I'm going to cut also, I'm not going to use the umbrella, but I'm going to bring this up in here. Okay, and I'm going to bring this up and I'm going to cut this. And I'm going to cut them all the way. Like I don't want any of that brown. Well, that's me cutting, guys. That's how good I am at cutting, which is not good. Cutting is definitely not my strength. I am going to really, you see how this has a curve here? I'm going to go ahead and create that curve. And I'm not very concerned because I am going to hide that underneath the chair here. So I'm going to put this like that. And so you will not be able to see much of that. You can put this one on top and it will be fine too. We could add some of this to create some layers with sand if we wanted to. I am not going to do any of that. I'm just going to put this in here. So it would be wonderful because when you put this like this, you're going to have, let me put it like that. You're going to have the chair standing and it will create that like kind of extra dimension to it. So I'm going to align this in here. Let me bring my little chair, which is quote unquote the start of the show. I had, of course, guys, you know me, I had sort of created a towel. I thought it was like a towel. And we can try to put it like maybe like that. Maybe it'll be too much. Initially I thought, well, I want to fold this like a towel would, right? Maybe if I fold it like backwards. I don't know. Maybe like that. Maybe like that will do, right? I like that. Okay, so we're going to start with adding our quote-unquote towel to our chair. And it's going to be like cricket, diagonal. It's folded diagonal. This piece exactly is, I put it here, 4 by 1 in by 1. It was 1 1/4, but I ended up making it 1. So this is 4 by 1. And I'm going to put some glue in here again. And so that's our chair. We're going to put our chair here towards, it's going to be a line and it's going to be even go over our edges here, but not over the black edge. And let me put this in here so you can see better. Okay. I can see already drama with that brush. So back here, so you can see much better where the actual edge is. So I can't go further from here, right? But I can put this over or far away from this other edge. So I'm going to bring here my glue. And put glue all over it so it's well stuck. And I'm going to kind of move this a little bit towards that line. And that's going to be my edge. Okay, so that's our first one. And our second one is going to be the toys, and we're going to put these further below. Like that. And then finally, the kit has, and I think I had one out and I can't find them, but that's fine. It brings these super cool sunglasses, and I'm just going to put them in there. Just like that. And so, let's remove this. You have the card like this. You open it up and it will fold in an easel. And then you will have this little scene with the sandals in the where we laying flat, with the sandals laying flat, but kind of creating that illusion of dimension, right? And I absolutely love this. So that's gonna be our inside. What you guys think? Tell me what you guys think. I would love to hear what you guys are thinking about this. I really think that it's going to need a belly band, and so I am going to make one real quick. I'm going to bring a piece of white cardstock again. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let's do 1.5. So on our 8.5 inch. I am so glad you like it, Ida. Isn't that a fun idea? I'm just going to cut. So I aligned at the 8.5 inch so I can use the whole 11-inch side, and I cut at 1.5. And I am not a good calculator of how to fold, how you call this, the belly bands. I am not really good at that. Sorry. I just fold pretty much. If you've been here before, you know you know that I don't, it's not like I really think much about it. So I'm folding these in here, and I'm folding this one in here, and I'm just making sure it's not too tight. Oh, yes, Ida, that's a great idea. Oh my God. Or that Santa that is in the new catalog. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Welcome. I'm glad you like it. And so now we're going to go ahead and adhere this. If I find my Stampin' Seal Plus. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere these and create our belly band real quick, right? And now, there it goes. Let's go ahead and bring what we're going to be decorating. And because this is, so we can use several things in here. I was just thinking from the beginning to use that piece, but I have this big thing. Thank you, Terry. I'm glad you like it. And so we can either do this in the back. I always feel that it's much better to try to, what would be the word, kind of cover this. But we have our little scene here, and we can just probably put it there, and then it's no longer noticeable, huh? Right? That would be awesome. Oh my God. Yes, guys, I am in, like I said, I really meant it. I am in so much trouble. It's not even funny, guys. Not even funny. It's like, who can float me a loan? I'll appreciate that. It was so funny. We were having a lot of fun in one of my groups. Because it's definitely a lot of beautiful goodies. So I put these on this side, and I should have thought about this. I didn't, but there's a solution. So let's bring, these are the pieces that come in the kit to include, and we're going to add it in here. So let's go and bring which one. So I had said I wanted the one that said Hello Sunshine. Here it is. Or waving hello. I like the Hello Sunshine for whatever reason. And we're going to put it in here. That's where it fits. So let's bring one of these out. And we're going to stamp this friend. Let's bring this. Hopefully I do a good job. We always know that Maria struggles, same as always. And if you see my big head is right there. Okay, let's see. Is it there? Is it there yet? Okay, that's decent enough, guys. So I'm going to add, if if I didn't lose it, would be much, much better. I'm going to add these to our belly band. But, oh, yes, that's, you read my mind. I was like, where is my sign? I don't know where it's at, though. Oh, I found it. So we can either put these on the other side like that and create this, and then no, because then I'll have to put something different in here, and I want to use my Hello Sunshine in here. So I'm gonna leave these. We're gonna save that one, and you know what I'm going to do? I am going to actually use some of these because I've not used any of these, and so let's go ahead and adhere these. I'm pushing it a little bit so I can get like a really good idea of where it would go if I, like where it's centered. And we are going to make sure it's straight, which is not terribly straight. There we go. And we're going to bring our friends in here. And we are going to put these all around. Not all around, but you know what I mean. I absolutely love this kit. It's such a happy kit. Then I put another one in there. I'm going to make it, actually turn it around a little bit. Okay, Maria. Maybe I'm not going to turn it around. I want it to. I'm going to bring one in here. Actually, I could have turned this in, use my blending brush to make it yellow, and I didn't think about that. Yeah, I'm going to put this one like coming over like that. I am very stubborn and very OCD, and I am going to remove this because I don't want them just like a line. I am not a person of straight lines for whatever reason. So I'm actually going to move these a tiny bit up. Nope, I'm going to move it, yep, a tiny bit up. So it's not exactly on the same line. And the last thing we're going to bring are the little gems that come with the kit. It would be so amazing if I could find my take your pick, guys. I found it. That's good news. And now we're going to bring some of this. Is this? Okay, I feel that it is a little, I can't help it. I feel it is a little, right? Now it's better. Sorry. It just felt that it was not straight. Okay. That is better. So we're going to bring that goes there. Now my little thingy got stuck here in my Stampin' Seal Plus, because why not? And I'm going to put actually a few of them, and some of them here in those little shell thingies. I really like that idea. Did I grab it? Yes, I grabbed it. And then I'm going to bring some others just around. Let's see. And for whatever reason, they always say you have to use odd numbers, but I want a few. So I'm going to put one more on top of here. So we have 6, and we have one more. And I'm going to bring one and put it here on top of those coconuts, and then one on top of the coconuts. And I don't know if that's good or not, but that will do. And so we're going to bring our card, grab our belly band, and that will do. Ta-da! Oh, thank you, Ida. I think so, right? It gives them a little pop because then it kind of change colors, quote unquote. And then the same with here in the coconuts. I like that too. And that's your card, guys. Isn't that super simple and super cute? And so we take the belly band and we open and we have our easel card, and it feels like you're absolutely in the beach. I love this. I love this. Now I can still see a piece in there. So I can totally bring another one of my fake clouds and put it there. And actually, I'm going to do. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ida. I'm actually going to bring that cloud, and I'm gonna see. Can you guys see it? I can tell my cut in there. Even if I try to like match it, it's not matching very well. And so I am going to just put that one there, and that will cover that. And that's, let's call this card a day in the beach. And I love this. Totally, totally love this. Guys, let me tell you, I saw this kit and I was really struggling because I'm like, where am I going to get the paper to work with this, right? Like, there's not a whole lot of cardstock, quote unquote. And I think that we've done so far so good. They always give us an option, like it's the envelopes or something. So I'm so glad about that. Okay, guys, please tell me in the comments if you like it. I appreciate you guys being here. So the next step, let me, same as we always do, is trying to find out. It's opening. Let me see. Who is the winner from our previous paper pumpkin kit card? Let me see. And we have this here. Okay, so let's see. Thank you, Tara. I appreciate that. So let's move our little wheel. And same as I always do, guys. It's so funny. Let me see. I'm going to grab my applause and then my drum roll. Just thank you, Ida. I appreciate that. Yes, please give me a thumbs up. So, it's not working. Oh, it's not working, my drum roll. Da-da-da-da-dum. For some reason, it's not working. But the winner is from our previous one. Oh my God. Okay, guys, I'm going to do this again because Brenda has actually won last week. And then she also won on the live. So I think Brenda will understand. We're going to do this again. I love Brenda. She knows that. But hey, Cliffy. And I think Cliffy is in Australia. So this is going to be wonderful for her. Oh, you did hear it? I did not hear it. Huh. Well, I know I'm not doing very well in my hearing, but oh, okay. Well, I didn't hear it. So there's that. Who knows why I didn't hear it, guys? That's so funny. Okay, guys, let me come back up in here. Whew. We made it, guys. We made it. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Don't forget, actually, let me make this like that. Don't forget, guys, to about the workshop. I do hope you uh, are interested in it. And it has 6 really, really beautiful cards. I really have spent a lot of time building it and creating those cards, and they are gorgeous. They are fun folds. They all fit. No, 5 of them fit in a regular envelope. But there's one that is 4x6. That's the only one. Oh, thank you, Tara. I'm glad it worked. Oh well, it did. That's the good news. I I didn't hear it, but as long as you did, hey, that's better. So again, I will put the link below to that will take you straight to where you can get the workshop. Now, if you want the workshop for free, you can buy $50 or more before shipping and taxes, and then you'll get it for free. The PDF is beautiful, it's very detailed, it has a lot of pictures, and I definitely think you're going to really enjoy the whole workshop. So again, I'll link it down below here in YouTube and in Facebook, so you guys can can go and participate in it if you guys want. Don't forget to comment. Yes, Tara, you can. It's not. I mean, yeah. Because the goal, Tara, is that you most likely have these stuff, most of it, right? I think there's only like two or three things that are. There's only two things that are not Stampin' Up. One of them is one of the wobbles. Let me put them here. Yeah, and they're like the ones that make things wobble. Just because I wanted some extra fun in a very serious, in a very like elegant card. And the other thing is the glossy accents. There you go. Sorry, that you can get in Amazon. And actually, Stampin' Up had one last year. Yeah, Stampin' Up had one last year. They have not brought it back, but you can get this in Amazon, and you can actually, you don't need it, right? Again, it's Maria giving those extra touches to some of those cards. But like I am telling you guys that they are gorgeous, gorgeous. Um, it's six of them. Five of them are from folds, and I have a couple extra details that to share with you. The last thing I want to say is there's going to be free gifts. I have a couple things for you guys, some paper and some stamps and some other goodies. So we're going to have some raffles, and I hope to see you all there. Okay, guys, I know it's been over an hour. Yes, yeah. So see, Tara, yeah. Again, it's the goal is for you to be able to get everything in Stamping Up. There, the main things are the Very Merry stamp that I think still is it still? Oh no, it was available yesterday. I think it's the French one that is not available. So the bundle is still it's not a bundle. The stamp set is still available. And again, I'm using the, okay, I always have such a hard time with this camera. I'm using these punch. This is the 2 3/8 punch. But you know what? You can use whatever dies, circle dies you have. And actually, let me tell you this. In the videos, well, in the one that's pre-recorded anyways, and I will do the exact same thing in the video when we're live, is I'm going to give you options. Some DSP that is retired in case you have it. Some options like for instead of using the punch, you can use other things. So I'm going to give you options so you can look in your stash and see what works. I don't want you to think, oh my God, I have to buy all these things to be able to create the card exactly. No, there's options that are going to all be, I think, end up with a great or do an end result. Thank you, Terry. Good night. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Okay, guys, I know I'm talking too much. I always talk too much. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. If you comment down below or you were here in the live, you will be participating and entering to win this beautiful card, which I think ended up being super, super gorgeous. So go ahead and comment down below if you were not here in the live. And please, please, please share the video. It helps me immensely here in YouTube. And give it a thumbs up. If you're new here and you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you and have a wonderful rest of your Friday, guys.